Hello Physical Fiends, it is Jordan here with some just announced physical releases. These are games that have recently been announced for a physical release. They are not releasing this week, and as always, I do not do limited pre-order stuff since they are always covered in Monday's video. There's no point repeating myself. So let's take a look at what's recently been announced. Monster Crown Sin Eater is getting a physical release on Nintendo Switch. Now I know what you're thinking, wasn't this literally just announced for PlayStation 5, and didn't Jordan say at that time there were no plans for a Switch version? Well, I don't know if I said exactly that, but that's what I was told. But lo and behold, there is a Switch version. It seems Red Arc Games misjudged the demand for this monster collecting RPG and decided to add this Switch version as well. And good, it looks like a super cool game. It's only releasing in Europe, and you can get it from Red Art Games with the links below in the description, and you can get 10% off if you use my code Jordan10. Or you can get it from VGP, who will have it and everything else featured in this video. They are a fantastic company with free worldwide shipping on orders over 75 Canadian bucks, 55 American dollars. And any purchase made via those links helps support me in the best way possible. I do truly thank you from the bottom of my heart. Wanderstop was just announced to be getting a physical release on PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch 2, yes, on a proper cartridge. And this is a very highly rated narrative adventure game with a cozy vibe going on. There's some life sim elements as well, but the big focus is on the story, which is very highly praised with its reviews, both from critics and from fans. And it was created by some people who made the Stanley Parable and Gone Home, so there's some good pedigree in there, and it's releasing physically on August the 28th. Captain Tsubasa 2 World Fighters is getting a physical release on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5 on August the 28th. This picks off from the last game, which was also on the Switch, featuring a new storyline within the World Youth arc of the manga. It has 22 national teams and over 100 playable characters in this anime football game. Who needs FIFA when you've got this? Over-the-top action, special moves, cutscenes, anime story tropes, good stuff, one to look forward to. Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy is releasing physically on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X sometime this year. And this appears to be a prequel to the Plague Tale series. It is from the same developer, and while I am not wholly familiar with the franchise, it appears that this one is a bit more action-orientated. Previously, they were kind of like walking sims. This one has big environmental puzzles, it has combat, and it's reminding me of like old school Tomb Raider, something that franchise would be proud of, so it's definitely caught my interest. I need some old school Tomb Raider in my life. Star Fox is releasing exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2 on a proper cartridge on the 25th of June, just slightly over a month away. That is a great turnaround time between announcement and release. Yeah, it is another remake of Star Fox 64, but it's looking fancy, it's got the classic gameplay, and it's primed and ready for a new audience. Old fans will perhaps want something new, yeah, me too, but you know, Star Fox 64 is a perfect video game, so why mess too much? Hopefully next time we get something new. Come on Nintendo, you can try something new with Star Fox. Harvest Moon Echoes of Teradea is getting a physical release on PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and Nintendo Switch 2 on a proper cartridge. It is a Nintendo Switch 2 edition, so it will play on your OG Switch as well. This is the latest game in the franchise that has a bigger brand name than it probably deserves. Everyone knows the real Harvest Moon games are called Story of Seasons these days. Natsume just owns the name, but the last one, Winds of Anthos, was supposed to be pretty decent, so hopefully this is going to be going in the same direction to provide a solid farming life sim with an open world. It's releasing on the 24th of September. Blood Refreshed Supply is getting a physical release on PlayStation 5. Sadly, no Nintendo Switch physical for some reason. This is another Night Dive special, another remaster of a classic boomer shooter. This is 1997's Blood. I'd never heard of it, but it's supposed to be pretty good. It's actually the second remaster that the game had, but this one was built on the original source code, so it is more faithful, apparently. Looks cool, wish it was on the Switch. I did hear that the game is getting ported to the Switch 2, or is getting a Switch 2 edition at some point, so maybe a Switch physical will be announced alongside a Switch 2 edition. We'll have to see. It's coming on PlayStation 5, August the 14th. Toaplan Arcade Garage Flying Fire Shark and Kyukyoku, Tiger-Heli are two separate physical releases that are releasing in Europe thanks to Clear River Games on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4. Previously import exclusive, Flying Shark finally gets a Western release. Tiger-Heli, well, Limited Run did that one a few years back, but I guess it wasn't successful, so they didn't do the other one. But better late than never, and hey, a rare PlayStation 4 new release, what's going on? Here you get loads of versions of each franchise, old school shooters and still revered even to this day. Not as flashy as later Toaplan games, but very influential, and even better, all the DLC that the collections had in Japan are included on the cartridge for this European release. These are coming August the 29th. Alright, let's take a look at some recent import announcements. These are games that so far only have an Asian or Japanese physical release with English. But since there's always time, keep in mind a Western physical could be announced at any point really. You can pre-order any of these via PlayAsia, and if you click my PlayAsia link, you can also get 5% off if you use my code Jordan2026. But you must click my link first, and VGP will probably have some of these as well. I've linked where applicable. Hazel Sky is getting a physical release on Nintendo Switch June the 11th, and it will play in English. It is an adventure game with a narrative focus as you explore an island and build aircraft. This is instantly giving me a ton of feeling about a game called Tachia. I don't know how to say it, but it's got the same like guitar playing minigame, same vibe, same type of gameplay, apart from fixing aircraft. Reviews for this one are mixed, and the developer does not have a great track record. Steins ReBoot is getting a physical release in Japan on Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch 2 as a proper cartridge, and PlayStation 5. Since I included this in a previous video, there's still been no word about a Western physical release, which is kinda nuts to be honest. Not sure why they would delay that announcement. Nevertheless, do not be on edge because all these Japanese releases will play in English, so at least that's there. It is another attempt at doing the original game justice, improving what needs to be improved, and adding another scenario to perhaps connect it more satisfyingly to the wider science adventure series and a potential sequel. In Japan, it's releasing physically 20th of August in a standard edition as well as a limited collector's edition on all consoles, and this includes a visual collection art book, a soundtrack on a DVD, and a Blu-ray/DVD disc of something called Live One World, which I think was a live event with musical performances and something involving the cast. Fitness Boxing 3, Your Personal Trainer Nintendo Switch 2 edition is getting a proper physical release on Nintendo Switch 2. This has also not been announced for a Western physical. I think it might be less likely than Steins Gate, but you know, Imagineer have released weirder things in the West, the Hatsune Miku boxing and the Fist of the North Star or whatever, so who knows. This is an enhanced version of the fitness tool with better timing, camera support, better visuals, and more multiplayer options. Probably not essential, but still nice to have a proper cartridge. It will play in English just in case it doesn't come westwards, and it's releasing in Japan July the 16th. And there we have a bunch of new announcements. What was your favorite in this episode? Let me know in the comments below alongside your thumbs up. If you want to pre-order any of these, then please do so with the links down below in the description and pinned comment. I greatly appreciate that. And of course, if you are new here and you appreciate this kind of information about physical goodness, then subscribe, okay? It will be the best thing you do today, I promise you. And have a fantastic day, by the way. Take care.